It's the welcome return of...
Welcome by who?
It's whom, doofus. As I was saying, this is the show where I look at letters from an Agony AMP page and give my own unique advice on them. As per usual, Clone 1 will be reading the stories out, and for the very first time, Fred and Percy are going to be acting out the scenes.
We will. I never agreed to that.
Clone 1, what's the first letter? Lover's OCD is a problem. My boyfriend's OCD is really doing my head in. If he's not rearranging the tins in the cupboard, he's lining up the DVDs or putting my books in strict alphabetical order. I like an ordered home, but his compulsions are too extreme, especially when he insists on having a shower every time he goes to the loo for fear of germs.
That wasn't so bad.
You're right, this is actually fun.
Okay, let me start with saying that I have OCD myself. All of my DVDs are in alphabetical order, unless they're prequels and sequels. My CDs are too, but the key word here is my, as in mine. I would never do it to anyone else's stuff, no matter how much it grates me. If this is your home, then you're going to have to sit him down and explain to him that if he ever touches your books again, he can forget ever touching you and leave. If he agrees but doesn't actually listen, the next time he's in the shower, throw all of his clothes out of the window and then turn off the hot water. Then get rid of him. Of course, if he is actually living with you, just keep messing up his system until it drives him so mad and crazy that he leaves you. Win-win. Next, brush off for painter. I'm desperate to sell my flat and need someone to come and freshen it up. My friend keeps urging me to use her fella, who is a painter and decorator, but the guy was here once before and was absolutely useless. He took 2 weeks to paint one room and he was expensive, slow and smelt of BO. Then when the job was finally done, badly, he presented me with a bill for £600. I was so angry I threw what money I had at him, £200, and said I'd pay him the rest later, but he insisted on driving me to the cash point. There's no way I want this buffoon in my house again, but my friend says they're desperate for money. How do I tell her he's a moron? You don't. Just hire another painter or do it yourself, and then the next time she brings it up, just say, oops, sorry, I forgot, it's already been done. Now, if she goes potty and starts ranting and raving, then obviously she's no real friend, and you need to drop her like a hot potato. But don't forget to mention what a loser a partner is. Last letter, Clone 1. Lying girl faked her own death.
Wait, who has played the girl?
You are.
My girlfriend played dead to avoid seeing me again. She got her mate to ring up and say they'd both been in a serious car accident. The mate sobbed that my girl hadn't made it. She was really sorry, but all of my girl's bank details were destroyed on impact, so I wouldn't be getting back the £500 she owed me either. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I dropped my phone and collapsed in shock. Eventually my flatmate came home and I wept as I related the whole tale. He poured me a large brandy and literally held my hand. Eventually he suggested ringing the mate back for more details. But no matter how many times we tried to phone, we couldn't get through. In the end he decided to take the initiative and said he was going to ring round. He felt certain that something fishy was going on. Sure enough, he did some digging and tracked down my girl's boss. He laughed his head off and said he'd only just seen my girl minutes before drinking in a trendy bar and that she was absolutely fine. My mate and I went to the bar and there she was. My girl looked like she'd seen a ghost. She tried to pretend that the whole car crash thing was just a prank. She and her best friend were drunk and having a laugh, she claimed. They wanted to see how I'd react. Now she's urging me to lighten up and get a sense of humour. But was any of it actually funny? Because I still haven't got my £500 back.
This bites!
First off, did you really believe that all of her bank details were destroyed on impact? Did she fake crash into her bank? Or into the exact point of her house where the details are? Come on, that should have tipped you off straight away. Anyway, it's time to ditch the bitch. Forget the £500. If anything, you're better off just getting rid of her. Of course, this is the age where you can sue someone for stepping on your foot by accident. You could always get revenge by getting a friend that she doesn't know phoning her up to say that she's been taken to court for falsifying her death and causing distress. Then when she comes calling round and asking why, just say, oh, it was just a drunken prank. Then walk away from her and never ever return. Or, you know, actually sue her. Anyway, that's my time. Thanks for watching and subscribing if you have. Until the next time, peace out.
I hope you're not expecting us to tell these stories every time.
Just wait until we get to the sex stories.
You can go fuck.
I realised something as I was filming this, that the last time I made an Agony SMEG video, I had outtakes on the end. I don't do that much anymore. So I'm just going to sit here and, I don't know, talk about something random. Starting with, I apologise for not doing these videos that often. It's just finding stories, and some of them are just, you know, repeated over and over and over, or they're, you know, just not absurd enough. Oh, and that's the other thing. This is the first time I've filmed Agony SMEG on my sofa, which is kind of good actually, because I've got a wider seat. But the other thing is, I'm not actually moving as much as I usually do. I've decided I don't really need to do that on these videos, on Agony SMEG really. I always found it difficult to move about on the chair because it was so tiny. And now I've got all this space, I've decided I'm not doing that. Oh, and just so you know, I've already got a script for the next Agony SMEG. When I film it is another thing.